Your Honor, may I publish the Safari search history?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Gilman, could we have the Safari search history for the iPhone 13 mini? So, Trooper, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to ask you some questions about the columns at the top.
Yes.
Okay. So, what is the number column?
The number of data in this, sequentially in this file.
Okay. What's timestamp?
Date, time the search occurred.
Okay. What is source?
Source is the database in which the data was extracted from.
So on this first line of code where it says Safari, are there other databases that this draws from?
Yes.
What is the other database that this draws from?
The knowledge C database.
And so what is the difference between the two databases?
Knowledge C is a larger database within the iOS operating system. Takes app data, app usage, phone information, internet history. So it's a larger database. Safari is just the Safari database.
Now, if there is a search in the Safari database, and then there's a search in the Knowledge C database, are they two different searches?
No,
It's the same search located in two different places within the phone.
that's correct.
Okay. So the data will repeat within this report.
That is correct, sir.
Okay. What is value?
Value was the search term entered.
What is parameters?
So for these blank columns, not all reports, Cellbrite is not able to extract or parse out the data for specific apps. So in this case, Cellbrite was not able to parse out any information pertaining to these columns.
And so when we see account, service identifier, parameters, and there's nothing there, Cellbrite couldn't read the data or couldn't produce it?
Correct.
Okay. What does it mean if origin is unknown?
The source origin of the search was unknown.
Okay. So I'd like to direct your attention to item number 16 on page 2. What is the date and time of item number 16?
The date is December 25th, 2022 at 11:52 a.m.
And what is the value?
Check a flight JetBlue.
And so value, what does that mean as far as, just so we're clear, what is value, how is value created on the phone?
Search term entered by the user of the device.
Okay, so it's not being generated by the phone, it's not being generated automatically by the phone. The user is inputting the value.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Could we go down to item 21? What is the date and time of item 21?
December 25th, 2022 at 12:09 p.m.
And what is the value inputted into the phone?
William Fastow, DC Real Estate.
And could we scroll down to item 27? What is the date and time of item 27 on page 3?
December 25th, 2022 at 12:09 p.m.
And what is the value input into the phone?
William Fastow, DC Real Estate.
Scrolling down on page 3 to item 35. What is the date and time on item 35?
December 25th, 2022 at 12:22 p.m.
And what is the value input into the phone?
Anna Walshe, Tishman, Spire.
Can we scroll down to item 43 onto page 4? What is the date and time stamp for item 43?
December 25th, 2022, 12:28 p.m.
What is the value input into the phone?
Christmas Day plane crash.
Can we scroll down to item 50? What is the date and time stamp for item 50 on page 4?
December 25th, 2022 at 12:31 p.m.
And what is the value that is input?
Jeff Chad Tishman Spire.
Can we scroll down to item 53? What is the date and time stamp of item 53?
December 25th, 2022, 12:45 p.m.
And what is the value that is input?
Anna Walsh, found dead.
Can we scroll down to item 57 on page 5? What is the date and time stamp of item 57?
December 25th, 2022 at 12:46 p.m.
And what is the value that is input?
Jeff Chad.
Now, Ms. Gilman, can we go to page 14 and look at item 193? Sir, what is the date and time stamp of item 193?
December 25th, 2022 at 8:28 p.m.
And what is the value that is input?
Autobahn.
And can we now go to page 22, item 316? What is the date and time stamp of item 316?
December 27th, 2022.
And what is the value that's put in?
It was at 6:57 a.m. and the value was all my X's.
Now, the next one down, is it fair to say that's All My Exes Live in Texas?
Yes, sir.
And are you familiar with that being a song?
Yes, I believe so.
Can we now go to page 54 and go to item 804? What is the date and time stamp of 804?
December 29th, 2022 at 9:13 p.m.
And what is the value put into the phone?
Mazza Building, Washington.
And scrolling down to 813, what is the date and time for item 813?
December 29th, 2022 at 9:15 p.m.
And what is the value that is input into the phone?
Mazza Building, Washington, D.C.
Scrolling down to 820, what is the time stamp for 820?
9:15 p.m.
And what day?
Sorry, December 29th, 2022,
And
9:15 p.m.
And what is the value input?
Crossing Building, Washington, D.C.
And can we go to page 85 and line 1271? Sir, what is the date and time on item 1271?
That is January 2nd, 2023 at 6:42 p.m.
And what is the value that is input?
I'm good.
Going down to the bottom of page 85 and looking at item 1274, what is the time stamp for that?
It is January 3rd, 2023 at 11:25 a.m.
And what is the value that is input into the phone?
Washington, D.C. Police.
Could we go to page 90? Thank you. And going to page 90, line 1, can we scroll down to 1343? Thank you. What is the timestamp for that?